Alright, how's it going, guys? We just got done with the second live stream, and we have our new processing area set up. I only did iron and steel, as you can see from the belts here, and I actually used logistics to tell the trains to close if we had 5,000 or more ore at each one, so they won't be going to just one. Basically, set up two train stops, one for iron, well, one for each of these two sets of iron, and then I've got one for each of these two things for steel. I'm still using the basic trains. I haven't gotten into the trains from this mod yet. I want to do that probably in the next little bit, give them a try and see how they work. But basically, we just kind of copied what we had over there. I do have two modules in each one of these, and one in each of these. I don't know why this one has two, but it does. But with two of them in here, and one in here, and none in these, it seems to run pretty steady, as you can see. And basically all I did was take out where we had iron coming in and ran the iron in. So we have one iron line that runs to the main line now, and one iron line that comes in and goes to the circuit area. Now, as we get more things running, because right now I'm not doing any research, we'll have to keep an eye on it and see how it's going. But while I was doing research, it looked like the iron was going pretty well. I may have to do another thing for steel, which we'll talk about in a second. These are basically no more. They don't do anything. They just die right here. I'm going to pull these out if and when we need more copper set up. Hopefully we won't need any more copper, and one of these days I'll get bored and just run them out anyways. But I figured that we'll use this for copper, and then if we need to set up more processing for copper, we can do that in this area right here and just send it over here. That copper works pretty well. We don't really need to redo it. And then the steel is still getting helped out from this side. It's still hooked up until I decide exactly what I'm going to do about the steel over here. So the problem with the steel over here is the time is different for doing steel. Let me see here, which I didn't actually notice. So this one is 0.5, and iron is, where is the, there it is 0.2. So it takes 2.5 times more to pour the steel than it does the iron. And I do believe the fluid is different as well. Molten iron is 0.2. Wait a minute. Actually, that's the same fluid, isn't it? Yeah, this goes to molten iron, and then that just goes into here. So I may need to do an extra one of these, or what I'm actually thinking about doing is setting up like one purifier, one arc furnace, and one metal caster for each one of the steel, and then I probably won't need this many of them if I do it that way. Like I said, once we start doing some research again, we'll keep an eye on this and see how it actually runs and if it keeps up at this point. The iron was keeping up very well. Steel not as was taking a bit to get caught up to fill this whole belt. I probably should put a train in to get from here to here, but it just seemed like an awful short trip that was not necessary, so I didn't do it. Now, as for research, we have finally gotten the fusion energy done and the portable fusion reactor taken care of. We can now get the Spidertron, which I've actually never used. We can now do that research. We have this new Mega 248K module. We have a turbine, and then we have 2 reactors and hydrogen refining. But I want to get to this Covarex enrichment process. I probably said that wrong. So that means we actually need to get this tech made, because we've still never done that one. So we actually need to get those done before we can do that. And we also have advanced spots. That's right, I forgot about that. And all of the repeatable ones, the mining productivity and shooting and all that, is up to the max that it can get before we get into the continuous ones that takes the space. So plans for this week, or upcoming episodes basically, this week, next week, is we're going to look at changing over to this ingot plate thing and see how that is different from just pouring it as plates. And we're going to look at the getting that red tech stuff made, and probably setting up the core thing again. I want to see if I can put one of them in down here to help these run a bit faster. And then we still need to get the art modules done, the basic upgrade, and there's a new upgrade right here, which is advanced upgrade. So we need to get all of those crafted, and now that we have more resources coming in, we shouldn't have such a issue of doing so. I am kind of running out of room down here, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a bit of this water right here. We have a wall as of right now right here. I'm going to move it over, I think, just a bit and run it down through here, and then we can get rid of this wall, and that'll give us, then I can, well, excuse me, and this wall we can move out from here, and then that'll give me more room that I can do the rest of our modules over here. Or I was thinking that I may just set up a whole new area, since we have this new copper area and iron and steel area. Maybe I'll set up a new processing area like down in here. Oh, that is one thing I forgot. All of the water for this area is self-contained. I set up 2 pumps, 1 for each run, and then all of the dirty water as of right now is coming in here and being turned into landfill. Once we get full on landfill, if we ever do, I'll put in a thing to just destroy the excess dirty water. I didn't want to mix that in with all the stuff we have here and have to run all these pipes. So I've got to work out where we're going to do those upgrades. I may actually, since the modules take so much resources to make, I think it'll be a better idea to just move this whole modular area over to somewhere, down here out of the way, rather than at the end of this long line of stuff. So I think I'll probably get that set up next, and we'll do that then. Now for today, we have our fusion reactor. So I went ahead and went into logistics here and put in to have 200 of the blue and red circuits always on, 100 of the green ones, and 50 of the low density structures, so they can keep those on me so I have them when I need them. I did set them up that if I ever have extra, they'll go in my trash slot. Same thing for these. I have 50 of each of these set. And you'll also notice that my inventory is sorted again. I know in this series you guys have never seen it like this. It's because I don't like it like this because of when I'm trying to do turrets, I can't do this. It automatically does it, and it annoys me. So for right now, since I'm not messing with biters, I'm going to leave it this way, and then when I go mess with biters, I'll switch it back. But it's a lot more clean this way. It's a lot easier to find things. So we should now have my portable fusion reactor. So let's get that in here. There we go. And I do need to get a few more of the batteries made, I do believe. Let's stack these like that. And now that'll leave 2 more things for legs if I want them. Which I think I'm going to do 1 more set of legs and 2 more energy shields. And I think that should be good. And then I'll do 1 more of the batteries. And we'll see how that works. So, legs, I need electric motors. And I actually have somewhere in this mess, I thought, yeah, right here. I got the regular ones, but I don't have the electric ones. So let's go ahead and set that, and we'll do it to 50 and 50 as well. And that'll keep those on me. And I want to actually do the same thing with like iron, copper, steel, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. I did set up a thing where I can drop them off, but I haven't set it up to where they can bring them to me yet. So I need to get that done. I'm gonna basically set up one of these kind of like a buffer almost, except instead of doing a buffer where it may get in the way of production, I'll have this one where it'll drop it off, and then I'm going to set this one up where it can pick it up. So it'll be the exact same thing. We'll do that. I need to do that. We don't have anywhere to put it at the moment. And then I can just do this and tell that to do this and keep, we'll say like 500 of them in there. That way, if I ever need to craft something, I can tell them to send it to me, and it will. And then if I ever need to get rid of them, they can drop them off over here if they can't put them in there. And we'll actually limit this to that, so it'll only be 5 of them. We'll give it room to put in 5 more, and then everything else will go over there and get dumped. So I'll probably do that for the iron, copper, steel, basic things. And we have another rocket ready to launch, so we need some science to throw in it. And since we changed the sulfuric acid over, the canisters are staying good and full. We're actually full on sulfuric acid. Everything's running nice with that. And let's go ahead and, for right now, so we can get the factory up and going. That one's 400. That one's 25. But we're going to be working on this KI2 efficiency stuff. So let's go ahead and start on the Spidertron so I can play with it a little bit. And then we're going to do this one once we get that done, so we can get nuclear fuel done. And then we're going to start on the actual fusion stuff. We got a lot of things we need to get crafted and ready to go before that. So I'm going to leave you guys off here. I'm going to go ahead and get the extra set of legs made and my extra energy shields here, which I'm going to have to get more steel to do so. But I'm going to get all that done, and I will see you guys back here for making those red cubes, and we can start that. There will be a thing up here in the corner for the live streams if you guys want to go back and see what we did. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.